Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It's Mr. Frederick, yours truly, right back at you with another great episode of The Good Word. All right, guys, I'm going to have a great message for you guys today, and it's going to be pretty much don't let your situation dictate your reality. All right, that's right. I said it, family. I said it. Don't let that happen. Family, what I mean is simple. Your reality is something deep, it's something personal, it's something ongoing. At all times, you're in your reality. Okay, your situation changes. Situation, whether or not you have money, whether or not you have love in your life, whether or not you have your relationship with God being closely cultivated, all of these things change. Okay, but your reality is something that stays the same. It stays the same. You know, your situation changes, emergencies, anything can happen at any time, but your reality stays the same. And when I say that, people understand that that's your mentality, that's the way you feel about something, and that's the actions that you do in response to that. So the thoughts dictate your emotions, those emotions dictate your actions. You have to get to the state where your reality is consistent. You know where you want to go. You want to go to the top. You want to accomplish your goals. You want to be able to overcome obstacles. You want to be able to reach your highest potential at all times. And family, I can tell you, you're going to have individuals, you're going to have situations, you're going to just have life happening to you at all times that's going to say, nope, no, that's not happening. Nope, that's not happening. And you have to have the strength, the wherewithal to get back up, to say, nope, it is happening. It is happening. That is who I am. That is what. And the reason why is because when you're moving forward, like I always tell you guys, you're always going to have something coming back at you. Wind, like you're driving a car, you're always going to have wind going that way. You're going that way. So if you don't have any friction, if you don't have any sort of obstacles, if you don't have anything like that, you're not going anywhere. You're stagnant. You're staying in the same place. But when you are moving forward, you're going to run into obstacles. You're going to run into that wind coming at you. And it could be your family, your friends, it could be everybody you know, it could be your spouse, it could be your kids, it could be anyone. Okay, it really doesn't matter. It's just that their mentality is different. They might look at what they see, and that dictates where they go or how they see you. Their past experience, they might project that upon you. Oh, I couldn't do it, so you can't do it. I don't see it happening yet, so it's not going to happen. And don't get mad at them for that. You might temporarily get a little upset and say, wow, why can't you believe in me? Why can't you see what I see? Family, understand it's not meant for them to see what you see. Your vision and your reality of who you are and where you're going and your rightful place in this universe is yours and yours only. It's not meant for them. If it was meant for them, they would have the same reality. They don't. You are special and unique the way God made you. Okay, He made you just like He created day and He created night. He created you specific in your own way, with your own way of rebounding, your resilience, your perspective on looking at things. It's all yours. What tears somebody else down for life might build you up. So you cannot expect and impose your belief system and what makes you tick on another person. What's going to happen is you're going to find yourself not being able to relate to anyone because you're going to say, wow, you don't think like me. You don't get up like me. You don't give me the motivation. You don't give me what I need. You'll find that in everyone in different ways. Maybe one person is money. Maybe another person is the Lord. Maybe another person is education. Maybe another person is in their health. But something about them that they value and their principles might not match with yours and how you look at life. So I'm not saying you be an emotional sponge to everyone who really has a negative or an outlook that's different than yours. But what I am saying is stay steadfast in your beliefs. Stay steadfast in where you're going. Because in time, those same individuals that might doubt you and that might fear your ascension or whatever, they're going to have to sit back and watch. whether they like it or not. And that will be their reality at that point. And if they don't accept it, they're going to be considered insane. Okay, or they could have some sort of demonic possession, which is possible. But either way, you know to get away from someone like that. But if they are mentally healthy and they are spiritually clear enough to see what's going on in front of them and what you are doing and the results of it, it's going to be proven, and to everyone around them, where they will have to, again, unless they literally are clinically out of their minds or possessed, they'll have to accept this is what it is. So don't get to the point where you get too down. Of course, you're not going to like people not believing in you the way you believe in you. You're not going to like people not seeing things the way you see them. You're not going to like, even when you yourself might get a little down and not believe, and you're not going to like it, but understand it's just temporarily. Okay, it's temporary. It's not going to last. It's not going to be something that you're always going to have to experience. Let that emotion ride through. Don't fight it. Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm whatever. I'm disappointed that this didn't go the way I wanted to go. But you get right back up and you reset your reality to, I'm a winner. I'm in the winning seat. I have everything I need. I'm going to attract more. All my talents speak for itself. Say all of these things to yourself. Remind yourself. Do actions that remind you of this, okay? And yes, you will see over time that supersedes and ultimately dictates where and who you are, okay? That's what dictates it. It's not always things going your way. It's not always having everything aligned perfectly in your timing. Sometimes the timing is going to be only thing between lack and obtaining. It's time. That's all. But your emotion, where you're fixed at, it needs to be the same. You need to already be emotionally prepared to receive all your blessings and all of your abundance. You can't say, well, when I get it, I'm going to feel good. When I get this, I'm going to. No, you need to already claim it. You need to walk in it. You need to feel it. You need to be at the point where you wake up and you really don't know if you're in Monaco or if you're in Virginia. You don't know the difference because inside you feel abundance. But that is nurtured by your mentality and by the actions you take and by your ability to repel opposing energy. Energy that says, oh, this check didn't come yet. Oh, this test didn't look right. Oh, this love relationship didn't feel good to me today. That's today. That's temporarily. But overall, you need to find a perspective in all these situations that is positive, that is going to overcome that temporary situation. And that is going to be your reality. And it will reset. It will reset over and over again. It's like a muscle. It's a habit. You work on it. You work on it. You build it. You build it. And over time, it's not saying you're not going to have temporary setbacks. It's not saying you're not going to have disappointments. Yes, the world is not going to march to your beat. You might as well give up right now if you think that's going to happen. But what will happen is you will build the fortitude, the emotional fortitude, the mental fortitude to be able to withstand all of those darts, all of that negativity, all of those things that don't look the way you want them to look. And eventually you will see that you will have a habit of working in your mind where you see the beauty and you see the learning experience in disappointment or temporary disappointment. You see how you found resilience. You see how you found strategy. You see how you've learned how to work with others when they don't agree with you, when they might be experiencing their own temporary episode of lack or disappointment. You see, family, the way things work is we all have a purpose. Okay, no one in the universe is going to want you around, and you shouldn't want anyone around as well if they don't serve some sort of purpose. It's either they're serving the purpose of fulfilling some sort of emotion, some sort of state of being that they're adding to you, or not. Now, if you're not offering someone something, maybe even it could be something worldly, monetary, it could be education, it could be something emotional. If you're not offering, why would they have you around? And vice versa, why would you have them around if they're not bringing something to the table? So you can't expect the people that you attract in your life to have everything that you have. You have something they don't have. They have something you don't have. And that's how you grow, family. You learn to work with people. You learn to deal with them. Everyone is not going to have your assets. You can't expect it. Why would that? If they had everything, what's the use of you? If they had all the things that you have, all the gifts, the way you look at things, what is the use of you? And vice versa. If think about it, if you had everything that they have, you have all of that and some, what is their use to you? They have something to offer you. So mentally, you have to be in a state of being to see what they have to offer. You have to be able to listen. You have to be able to observe, but don't absorb. You observe a different perspective and maybe a different reasoning and why they have that reasoning. You might observe something that you just want to, I'm gonna spit that out. I'm not taking that in. This person's coming from a wounded, unhealed place. This person's coming from a place of lack. This person's coming from a place of whatever. But don't look down on that person, family. Don't take advantage of them. Don't abuse them because of their weaknesses. Okay, God wouldn't want you to do that. Okay, God wouldn't want you to do that to another individual. Because when you get to, and that's the thin line between observation, okay, and being able to manipulation. Observation and manipulation. It's a space in there when you observe something about an individual. Maybe it could be exploited, okay, as a weakness. But that's when God needs to come, and when it's manipulation, that's the devil. Resist the devil and he shall flee. So don't take out your whatever you might have on that person, your discontent or your disagreement, and try to hurt that individual in a manipulative way because you see a space, you see a gap in their armor, you see a chink in their armor, because what you reap you will sow. And understand that when you get into manipulation, that is doing the work of the enemy. So what you want to do when you're on God's side, you're going to have the fruit of the Spirit. You're going to give love. You're going to give kindness. You're going to give patience. You're going to have all of these attributes. Okay, so you're going to handle that situation, handle individuals, and that's what you're going to get back from people. Okay, with love. That's how it's going to happen. When you don't exploit that little hole you might see where a person might have a weakness, they might have a soft spot, and you see it clearly. When you choose not to use that against them, and instead you choose to offer them love, you choose to offer them caring, compassion, okay, that is what you're going to get back inevitably. So, family, what I'm saying is your reality is something you're creating. So situations, people, and all of these just existent in our existence is going to be all over the place. Sometimes you might be all over the place. Sometimes you might not be sure about what to do. But that's why the Lord gives basic instructions before leaving earth. That's why you have that, to give you guidance in how to handle individuals, how you want to be handled, how to handle situations. He gives us all of this direction on how we need to do things, okay? What kind of spirit, what kind of heart we need to have. And when you follow that, it's not saying it's going to be easy. It's not saying that it's going to be pretty all the time. Sometimes you might have to be humble. Sometimes you might have to have that spirit of meekness and let things slide and don't retaliate. Don't respond emotionally with individuals. But that's fine. That's the way God wants you to be. He doesn't want you to be a tyrant, someone who's so sensitive that every time something doesn't sound good to you, you respond in a negative way. You got me, I'm going to get you. No, when you're on a higher level, family, No, your reality doesn't mean you shooting darts at people. Your reality means you might see something that makes you uncomfortable, but you don't have to act on it because you're that big. You are that powerful to where you understand you have God's Holy Spirit in you. You have the strength to be humble. You have the strength to be meek. You have the strength to be confident all in one. And that allows you to learn. That allows you to have grace. That allows you to have mercy. And you extend that to the other individual. And it's the same thing applies to situations in life. Have that grace to let that roll over. Let that emotion of lack, of scarcity, of maybe fear, let it roll over and remember God got you. God got you. And all of these attributes, all these thought process will always bring you back to your reality of abundance, your reality of ascension, of being a king, okay, of being someone who possess power and abundance and attraction. That will always bring it back if you follow that. If you follow that you are made in his image and that your path is guided, the righteous steps are guided, okay? When you have those righteous steps, you are guided. With obedience, you shall obtain this. Ye who seeks the righteousness and the kingdom, all other things will be added too. So understand that if you go on the right path, you will have a thought process of abundance. No matter what comes at you, that's not your reality. That's a situation. It's not your reality. Whether it's sickness, whether it's poverty, whether it's emotional lack, it's not your reality. Your reality is abundance. Your reality is protection. Your reality is ascension. Okay? And don't forget it. Love what you do, family, and do what you love. Next time. Peace.